Okay, hi. Today we're going to be playing against one of chess.com's holiday bots. Chess.com added some festive robots for the holidays, though now that I look at the bots, it seems like the holidays is Christmas. So we'll play against one. Hopefully we can win, teach you something. If we lose, we probably won't put this on YouTube. So yeah, let me take a sip of water. Most of the people who watch these videos seem to be in the rating range of Santa, but I don't really want to play Santa. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the news or whatever, but there's like this pandemic thing going on, and I don't want to be playing chess with a guy whose whole job is to go into everybody's house on Christmas Eve. I don't think it's safe or responsible, especially when he 100% has a bunch of pre-existing conditions. I mean, come on. So Santa's probably got 2-3 weeks left tops. So we're gonna play against Holly, who is Mrs. Claus, though she seems way younger than Santa. And when I grew up, I don't remember Santa's wife being named Holly. So this is clearly Santa's second or maybe even third wife. So let's see what she throws at us. And she plays e4, and she says Santa likes 1e4, which again, I'm not really concerned about that because Santa's got like 2-3 weeks left tops. So we'll play e5. Holly plays knight f3. We will go for knight c6, defend the pawn. And Holly plays the Ruy Lopez. Okay, so there's a couple of different things we can play against this. Think for a second about it. I'm actually going to draw arrows and highlight a bunch of different things for the YouTube thumbnail. I see other YouTubers do this. We'll move knight to an impossible f4, bishop out, make the kings point at each other. And yeah, okay. People seem to like arrows. I'll draw as many arrows as I can everywhere. We're going to go for something a little bit more aggressive, I think. We're going to go for the Schliemann, which it says the Danish over here, but I am right about this. I know everything. I'm the smartest person ever. So this is the Schliemann. That's a pretty good way of playing chess, honestly. It's if you beat someone, they are stupid. If they beat you, they're cheating. So just, disassociate everything. Nothing's ever your fault. Play chess like that. See how your life improves, or maybe you'll just ruin everything. I don't know. So one of the main ideas of the Schliemann slash Janish, can't talk, we'll stop pronouncing things, is no matter how they defend this pawn on e4, we're just going to take it anyway. And we'll keep developing. Okay, d3. So immediately I'm thinking of getting a big center. And yeah, it seems like a good idea. I guess other options would be bishop c5. I noticed also a bunch of the people who watch these videos aren't from America. So just a little bit more background. If America's healthcare system doesn't kill Santa, then 100% some guy with a gun in Texas would kill Santa at like 5 p.m. on Christmas Eve. That's just how it works here. We're going to go for d5, big center. Holly takes, putting us in check, so we will take back. And Holly takes again, wow. I think we're going to take back with the queen because then we can get castled, have this nice open file, and we're actually pretty happy even though this pawn structure is kind of wrecked. Like, we're playing a 2,000 plus person, and we're getting out of the opening at even material, so I'm pretty happy with that, I think. What happened to Santa? Well, Santa didn't understand Kentucky's stand your ground laws, so Christmas is over. Shouldn't have gone in that chimney, brah. And Holly attacks the queen. I kind of want to stay close to this pawn on e5 because it is being attacked. I feel like we're a little bit better here, but Santa's fifth wife is playing decently, so we're going to go for queen f5, I think. I'm playing faster than you normally should. One, because I've played this before. Not this exactly, but I've played this before. And two, it's an untimed game. You know, take your time. Holly castles. So I'm just thinking of bishop to one of these two squares so I can get castled. Bishop to c5 seems not great after d4, so I'm gonna go bishop to d6, get castled. And it's aggressive. She's attacking this pawn twice, but we are defending it twice. So I feel comfortable getting castled, you know? And I think I'm gonna do that. And then queen to c3, which I think is a mistake because this is like a fun tactical idea, deflection. I want to deflect this defender away from this bishop, and I think e4 does it. So e4, and if the knight moves, I can take this bishop and I'm up a piece. So e4 means d takes e4 is forced, and then d takes e4 from us. And then again, white's in the same situation where this needs to move. And then we can take this. So I think we're winning a piece here. And bishop to h6, huh? What is that about? I guess Holly's saying if I'm going to lose the piece, I'm going to mess up your pawn structure even more. And she'll be like, maybe I have compensation for that. I'm going to take a drink of water. I guess, you know, if, like, they say Santa's immortal, but they never say anything about Santa's wife being immortal. So it makes sense that this would be like Santa's sixth or even seventh wife. It's actually, I'm going to take this. We're up a piece now. This is actually pretty messed up, I guess, because that would mean that, you know, Santa, everyone Santa's ever loved has, like, he has outlived them. So every time Santa falls in love with a woman, he's doomed to watch them die. So maybe I shouldn't have made fun of Santa earlier. Been so harsh. Because, I mean, Santa's still Santa. Like, if Santa got divorced, Santa would lose half of the North Pole. So I guess in the chess.com lore, Santa, this is just a new Santa wife. And again, he's kind of just like pushing that boulder up the hill forever. Never able to find lasting true love. This is 100, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, so immediately my mind is drawn to queen to h5 because it attacks the knight and threatens checkmate on h2. So I think g3 is forced, and then we'll bring the bishop, keep attacking. We'll attack this rook. This rook will probably move here, and then we will bring this bishop over to attack this pawn. It's being attacked twice. And that's a pretty difficult line for white to combat because it seems pretty forcing. And I don't know. We're getting a tempo on every move. I like it. I'm going to do it. Again, this is Santa's 12th wife. So, you know, next year I'll just play his new wife. We're just going to keep going with this line we talked about. Attack this. This has to move. Attack this. And Holly's offering the exchange, and we'd be up 5 points of material. Okay, so let's think about this for a sec. Yeah, I really shouldn't have been so mean to Santa. Should have just stuck to insulting healthcare or something. I mean, do I even have to think about that? Like, pawn structure's wrecked. I have a lot of pawn islands, so maybe I should just take the exchange and try to be up as much material as possible. So I'm going to do it. Take the risk. And I'm going to defend this pawn. Ooh, does that drop this pawn? Do I care if that drops that pawn? What can I do? I can indirectly defend the pawn. Note, Holly can't take that because I just take back with the rook. And that would 100% be game over. I think we're close to finishing this up. Maybe I can do something instructive for the endgame, like try and teach you how to win with just a king and a rook. Because I have just been talking about death for the whole game. Whole game. I also noticed that this lady stopped talking once I started saying that it was Santa's 15th wife, which I'm sorry that you are Santa's 16th wife, okay? Um, it's like modern times. You can be married as many times as you want. For Santa, I don't know. It's kind of iffy. I don't know what goes on up there. I think, I think I'm going to just try and hold on to that pawn. Which Holly's going to keep attacking anyway. If I can get this knight out of here, I have a nice, like, that's the dream, you know? So maybe, can I pitch this? Pitch this? No, that's stupid. I should have moved the queen over here, gotten rid of that, and then just threatened the queen trade, I think. Yeah, Okay, I'm gonna just centralize, give up the pawn. Holly doesn't take it. I think I'm gonna try and trade queens now. We'll pre-move. Holly does not want a queen trade. Very interesting. What do I do now? I can't really move this. So this knight is trapped. This square is covered. This square is covered. This square is covered. This square, I just trade immediately. I'm happy. I'm up 5 points of material already. And again, this would be... I mean, Santa's immortal. Okay? Santa's wife is not immortal. I gotta stop talking about this. I'm just gonna be greedy and grab as much material as I can. It's a check. I guess Holly's gonna pick up the pawn. Does it matter what square I go to? Let's hope not. No, I don't think it does. Now this is a little bit tricky, right? Because the idea is if I take this, stop drawing arrows. I take this, Holly takes this. I can't take that because that is checkmate. So, maybe I just, I'm up 5 points of material still. I don't really care, right? Yeah, let's just give up this pawn to keep it simple. Stay in control. And I'm gonna do this to try and offer a queen trade. I'm gonna try and offer the queen trade, which Holly takes. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this now. This rook is crushing this knight, so I think it's time we get this bishop out. And then I think I can just run this rook over, and even though this pawn is going to be coming down at me, I think I'm going to be fine. And he's going to keep pushing ahead, so I will take, be active, and then now I'm going to have to block with the rook, but I think I'm going to be able to get out of it. It's more of like a, I guess it's like a moral failing on Santa, you know? Like, how could you even marry someone if you know? All right, so pawn up. Let's see if we can sacrifice this bishop to get a faster checkmate. So pawn up. and then rook takes, and then I don't think I can do pawn up immediately because the rook comes back and that covers it. Though I can take the pawn that's on e7. That's a big help. So pawn up, rook takes, and then take. So now I have two rooks working to promote this pawn. Yeah, why would you even marry someone if you know you're just gonna maybe it's not the right way of looking at it. Maybe I'll call a philosophy department or something. Okay, pawn up. Now we take, and now there's really no threat. And then I think I can I do this now? Pawn up, rook check, move king. Yeah, right. Why would she even do that, knowing that Santa's been married like 40 times? Pawn up. That check doesn't do anything. I don't think the, rook comes back to defend, and now I can pin the rook and end up winning. That check doesn't do anything. I don't care about the exchange because this rook is still pinning that rook, so I'm going to promote anyway, so I can give up the exchange. And then now let's do this. Yeah, it's like, ooh, do I need to turn off pre-moves? No, right? I think it's already off. Yeah, so we'll promote to a rook, and let's try and teach you how to win with just the king and the rook. So a big part of this is going to be cutting off the king with the rook, which I will do right here. It's restricted to the back three ranks. And then now we're going to march our king up. You need to use the king and the rook in tandem to push the king to the edge of the board, like the back rank. And we will keep cutting off the king. So now it's going to just the back two files with rook to a3. And we'll just march our king up, keep pushing the king slowly to the edge of the board. Yeah, let's give a check. I wouldn't be married to check. And then the way you do get a checkmate is you just need the kings to line up, and then you throw the rook onto the back rank. And again, real sorry I stopped talking about chess and just got fixated on the morality of being married to Santa. So, there you go. We've beaten Santa's 30th wife, Holly. Sorry, we talked about how all of Santa's wives constantly die.